Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with Rylas Dana. How you doing, sir?
Great to be here.
I have been waiting for a week now to ask you this question, right? You've undoubtedly heard me talk about a real estate slowdown. You've undoubtedly heard me talk about supply and demand destruction. Your buy box is in Phoenix, Arizona, which is one of the top 5 housing markets. I think it was number 4 on my list of top 5 this morning. It might have been number 3. You got a lot of stuff going on. What are you seeing in your buy box? More listings, price drops, no inventory? What is going on in Phoenix?
Yeah, so I have one little zip code I've been watching. I'm a student of the course, so that's my buy box.
Yep.
And it's interesting because in the beginning, building my spreadsheet, things would move so quick.
Yeah.
It was hard to figure it out because things would just move so quick, and they wouldn't stick around. And there wasn't even open houses, like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
As part of the shift that I'm seeing. But if we go back, I think I talked about it in one of our episodes, how they have like auctions, or like they're like accepting like people to buy sight unseen.
Yeah.
And so some of the differences I'm seeing now is there's actually open houses.
Yeah. Signs of the slowdown, right? You didn't need one before. You threw it in. You got 20 offers in 7 seconds. It's almost an auction mentality. It's real estate slowdown. Now you're putting a sign in the yard, coming soon, open house on Sunday. This is all signs that the slowdown is real.
Yeah, I'm seeing more days on market.
Yeah.
Because it used to be people would put up what seemed like a ridiculous price.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually they would get it.
Yeah, the wish price. Yeah, exactly.
And then that became the new comp. And that's why it was hard for a while, because it's like, oh, that seems really high. And then, that was kind of happening. Yeah. Also, there's a lot of iBuyers in this little zip code.
Oh, wow. I actually wanted to ask you about that. So finish your thought, but I want to ask you something about the iBuyers.
Yeah. So I just said, like the iBuyers, you see stuff with Open Door, and what they do, it seems like they were overpaying, as we know, and like Zillow, right?
No, God, yeah.
They were overpaying and making no repairs or anything, and just relisting it. They would raise the price and just relist it.
Wow. Like
Open Door and some of these. And again, it was like a high price, but eventually the market would catch up.
Wow.
It's kind of what happened.
Yeah, I think that's stretch. So one of the things I think about iBuyers, I think I did this on the Daily Financial News yesterday. It might've been Saturday. I think one of the things we're going to see with iBuyers is an Open Door in that example. The strategy doesn't work. It doesn't work in a flat market. The only market that it works, buy, clean out, relist at a higher number, is a rising market, which we've had for 2 years. I think Open Door has a best practice that will not work in the real estate market for the next 2 years. Even if Phoenix is flat, which I think it's going to be, I think a lot of markets are going to be flat, not just Phoenix. Open Door is going to go broke running that strategy, in my opinion. So
yeah, it seems like, at least in my little zip code that I'm following, or maybe I'm just kind of disregarding their houses, but it seems like they have less in my little zip code. So
I think they do. I think they do. I think they have to slow down. I mean, Zillow told them you can't overpay forever. You pretty quickly burn $500 million. Crazy.
Yes, I went to 4 or 5 maybe open houses on Saturday.
Wow, that many.
Yeah, that many. So in one neighborhood, there was 3 all right by each other. And of those, one of them was, it used to be owned by Open Door.
Okay.
And then the new buyer that bought it did a light rehab. They did a very light on that one. They did just paint.
Okay. Yeah. Can't get much lighter than that. Paint.
But it's more than what Open Door does.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, and then and they were listing that one back on the market, but it seems like they've kind of
well, let's play with the numbers, because again, I don't know your buy box. I don't know Phoenix at all. Do you remember what Open Door paid? Maybe you did the research.
I didn't on that specific one.
What was it listed for then after the second buyer?
So they were listing at about like 575, I want to say.
And what do you think they paid for it? You think?
Probably my guess is probably, I don't know, maybe at least 525,
Yeah,
550 or so.
yeah. Yeah, this is what's going to happen, right? There's a lot because it's the dominoes are falling right now. There's a lot of people that have been that flipping strategy that this flipper just did worked beautifully for 2 years. It's just human nature. You get cocky, you get lazy, you don't realize that the market is changing. That person is likely going to lose money on that deal. They just are. That's what happens. Now, they're either going to lose a little money or they're going to get super arrogant, think they're special, and hold on longer than the cost of capital will eat them alive. And then they'll be chasing the market the other direction. This is a very dangerous time to be a flipper, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, as I went to those open houses and talking to agents, my little speech was as like, I said, I'm excited. I'm like, this is a shift. I'm like, maybe early.
Yeah, no,
but I see a shift. And,
exactly.
Because some of the agents are like, oh, what are you looking for? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm looking for someone motivated.
Yeah, I want a motivated seller. Goddamn it, they're out there. I just got to find them.
I'm like, I'm looking for a seller that's ready now, like realizing interest rates are going up, and this may be at the top, right? That if they don't lower their prices now, they may be chasing it as interest rates increase.
Yeah, I'm telling you, folks. A, the housing slowdown is real. B, we have both supply and demand destruction because of higher rates. And if you're one of my students, like Rylas, your job is to only write great offers for the next 2 years. No good offers, great offers. You are not fishing for every deal. You just need one deal. You need one motivated seller that has had enough and ready to sell at a discount. Rylas, you're doing everything right. This is time to be patient. It is time to identify. It is changing without question, but I've been here a while. There is more to come, more to come. So enjoy the process. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's exciting. It's fun out there, meeting people. The realtor at one, it turns out he was actually the contractor. And, we were talking a little bit, and he tells me how he just bought a probate deal. Turns out it was from Jamil's company, Keegley. And it was his dad that was the buyer. So we looked at that property, but I was able to make a good, another contact, another real estate contractor potentially, or potentially buyer if things come up on the investment side.
That's awesome. Yeah, you get to grow your network, right? The 7 steps of one rental at a time. One of them is try to meet 2 new people a week. So you just never know. Again, a changing economy, a recession. If you've been working with contractors the last couple of years, you can never get them to return your phone call. I'm guessing 6-9 months from now, pretty easy to get them to call you back because the market is shifting. We've entered winter. Winter is no longer coming. Winter is here. So prepare, do the work, only do great deals. If you don't know what that is in your market, do the work, figure it out. Any other kind of closing thoughts on Phoenix?
Yeah, so I'm looking for myself to something that I'm going to live in. I'm a little more picky on that one,
of course.
But right now I'm putting offers in on one property. So, but they're still playing the games where my offer is a little over ask even. But this is one they just dropped at 80,000. That's why I got my attention. So it seems like maybe the realtor got them to be like, hey, no, you need to be here in reality.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're what's been hard about the market too is a lot of things will just get bid up. So it's hard. It's like, all right, this is listed for 6, but is it really going to go for that, or are they really wanting like 620 or 650?
Yeah, I've seen we have one realtor in our little community. Like, let's just use some, let's pretend like it's a 500K house. He'll list it at 4. Right. It'll be 20%, 25% under. He's doing a bidding war on purpose. It's a risky strategy heading into a recession, but this far it's worked. There'll be a time when it won't, but yeah, that happens.
Yeah. So I'm, again, it feels like a shift. I don't know how far we're in it, but I'm saying,
the start. It's
going to get worse. And by that, I mean better, huh?
No, I was hoping you were going to say that. It's going to get worse, but no. I mean better. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Right. Let's keep it up. And any of my students out there, again, the market is coming to you. The real estate slowdown is real. We have been right. It is here. Only great offers. Only great offers, right? If your average is 8, write 10s. If your average is 6, write 8s. And then if you want to negotiate and take a good deal, fine. But we are only writing great offers today. Rylas, where can people find you?
RylasDana.com. You can find my website where I practice law in Arizona and California. You can find my YouTube channels, including this playlist, a link to this playlist right here.
That's awesome. Yeah. Rylas has a playlist, talks about all kinds of things, probates, dynasty trusts, LLCs, all kinds of stuff. Rylas, I appreciate you, man. Take care.
Thanks for having me.